Hello, welcome to the video covering part 3 of the final project, Sample and Analysis. My name is Dr. Lydia Jarogi and I want to walk you through the steps of part 3 of your final project. There are 5 objectives for this video. 1. Cover page. 2. Sample plan. 3. Desired sample size. 4. Sample demographics. And 5. Analysis. A quick comment before we get into this video. You can skip to specific content using the table of contents listed in the description. This function may only be available if you watch the video on YouTube. You do not have to watch this video from start to finish unless you want to. The cover page for part 3 is just that, a cover page. The formatting and spacing should match part 1's formatting and spacing. No questions or answers should be on this page. Steps for this page include deleting information in brackets and inserting an image related to your company. Before moving on, I want to mention that you will be working on content we have not covered yet. You will use chapters 9 and 10 to help you complete part 3. The first 7 questions of the sample plan are from chapters 9 on sampling and chapter 7 on techniques. More specifically, questions 3 and 4 are from chapter 7, the rest are from chapter 9. To answer the population of interest, you should revisit the market identification research section from part 1. This will help you to define the population you want to apply your results to. The sample frame question is asking how would you get your sample frame under ideal circumstances. Data collection technique and administration technique have both been answered in part 2. Make sure your answers are consistent throughout the document. To answer the sampling technique questions, you will need to read the parts of chapter 9 related to these questions. In the justification question, I want you to explain why you selected the technique you did. The next section starts with the obtained sample size. List the number of people who completed your survey. Next, you will need to compute the desired sample size for your study. This is different from the 30 participant minimum that I require per student in each team. This section is asking if you had a specific characteristic of interest, how many people would you need to survey to obtain an acceptable incidence rate given a set level of confidence and error. Before you freak out, I have a handout that walks you through the steps to compute this information. You can find this in the Project tab. The file is called Sample Size Calculator. I will try to have a video walkthrough of this sheet by the time you watch this video. To complete this section, you need to select a question from your survey, ideally a dichotomous question. Type the question without the answer options in the provided space. Next, identify the level of confidence you use to compute your answer. The most common option is 1.96. You can pick this or either of the other 2 options. None of them are wrong. The portion with the desired characteristic is the percentage of people from your question that mark the characteristic you are interested in. Remaining percent is Q, and Q is 100 minus P. Acceptable error is a number between 3 and 10%. You get to select how much error you are okay with. Just remember, if your job is on the line, would you prefer to be wrong 3% of the time or 10% of the time? Once you've computed this number, remember to always round up. Put that answer in the space after desired sample size. For the sample demographics table, I want to see your skills in SPSS. You will need to be able to 1. Split your data file, 2. Generate means, 3. Generate modes, and 4. Generate percentages. When you get to this stage, you may realize that your data do not have all 4 variables listed. If that is the case, you will need to use the Pickles dataset. Put an asterisk after any statistic from that dataset and include a footnote that says the information was generated using the Pickles dataset. Please be aware that there is another video that walks you through the steps for generating these numbers in SPSS on my YouTube channel. The analysis page is where students can get themselves into serious trouble for not reading the instructions. I will severely penalize work that is sloppy or hard to read. I will also severely penalize a final grade for submitting excess tables. One semester I had a team submit 30 plus tables of random junk hoping I would not look at their submission. Don't do that. Ask for help if you're not sure what to do. You need to generate a total of 10 tables. 1 table will be your descriptives for each of the variables in your survey. It is very likely that with the size of your survey, you will need to split that table into 2 to 3 tables to get it to fit neatly on a page. I will not count against your grade for doing this. Your next 2 tables are for your t-test. You need to pull the group statistics and the independent samples test table. The ANOVA output will generate several tables. Pull the descriptives, test of homogeneity, ANOVA table, and multiple comparisons table. The regression output will also produce a variety of tables we will not use in this class. You need to pull the following 3 tables: model summary, ANOVA, and coefficients. Once you've extracted these tables, you should plan to spend time adjusting them in Word. You should make sure you copy them as a text, not as images. You want to be able to adjust the names, labels, widths, and heights of the columns and rows. Again, there is a video on my YouTube channel walking you through the steps for each analytical technique. Some final comments. Make sure you update your page numbers, as always, and you need to make sure you plan to spend ample time formatting your tables so they can be easily readable. This is a section I grade very, very harshly, more so than any other section. So again, please make sure to spend time on this. Best of luck, and as always, please feel free to contact me with any questions.